name is Wopo Hollow. I'm an artist. I'm Wopo Hollow. I'm an artist. I've done maybe 5 large works around New York City. Some of them are on the street. Maybe I'm a street artist. And I very much respect artist rights. I'm an artist, and therefore looking is the most important part of my life. And when I go now to Battery Park, I really can't see the landscape. With a cold row of artists who set up a board that I can't see through. So I really want to plead with the artists who are there to use their inventiveness to find another spot to show it so that I can see this really precious Battery Park. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you, Ms. Mullock. The next speaker is Mr. Joel Kaye.
Find that picture.
Going with nature, not in New York City. Ciao.
I am a lifelong New Yorker. Parks upon the new rules will only grant 18 artists on a first-come, first-served basis their First Amendment right to be in Union Square Park. And the 19th artist will be denied their First Amendment right when they come to the park to show their work. I would like to know how the Parks and Markets Department can prove that this 19th artist is causing a public safety problem when at the same time they allow 150 vendors to show up in Union Square Park for the holiday market every Christmas, and the green market 4 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, park over 50 trucks and set up huge tents on park property. If these new park rules go into effect, I want the Parks Commissioner to explain why on a Saturday in July, a truck and a big tent can be set up in Union Square Park, and on the very next day, an artist cannot set up his or her artwork taking up no more than 8 feet by 3 feet in the very same area. Why in July will an artist be denied the right to set up artwork in the very same area where the Parks Department allows 150 vendors to set up every Christmas? In the new rules, 18 spots reserved for artists in Union Square Park are on the perimeter of the park where there is much less traffic. These reserved spots aren't even in the park itself. So now these 18 artists' First Amendment rights are further hindered by the fact that very few people will see their artwork. With the green market, holiday market get prime real estate to sell their goods. When I first heard about the new parks proposal, I started to gather photographic evidence for what is really going on in Union Square. The photos are conclusive evidence that the green market, holiday market, and events like a pillow fight are the ones causing public safety problems. I also have photographic evidence. On a Sunday, I take up much less space than the green market does on a Saturday. I have photographic evidence that when artists set up in the same area as the green market on a Sunday, that there is much more walking space for pedestrians than what is allowed by the green market on a Saturday. I have photographic evidence showing that on a Saturday, there is much more congestion where the green market is when compared to where the artist is set up. All the complaints the Park Commissioner has about congestion from artists should really be directed at the green market, holiday market, corporate events, and events like the one held on 4/3/10 when 2,000 people showed up to Union Square Park hitting each other with pillows. So one has to ask, why are the artists having their First Amendment rights drastically limited when the green market, holiday market, and corporate events are much more of a public safety problem? Does this have anything to do with the fact that artists are the only group of people who don't have to pay a permit fee? I did not see it anywhere in the United States Constitution where it said you had to pay to have your First Amendment rights. Thank you very much.
Artist power.
Thank you, Mr. Kaye. The next speaker is Jonathan Bloom of A.R.T.I.S.T.
I'll be right back.
Woo! Yes!
Hi. Okay. Thanks for this opportunity. My name is John.
Jonathan Blum, and I've been selling on the street since 1992. Started off in Soho and West Broadway, and then in 2005 moved to Union Square. And I just have to say, for me, it's been an amazing experience to watch this grassroots phenomenon take hold in Union Square. I mean, I have a different approach here. I think it's all good. If it ain't broke, why fix it, right? Things are good there. Things are really good there. I mean, I can go there, it's like exciting. Okay, it's a little messy, but it's New York, it's amazing. I mean, it's an amazing place. And I just want to say the farmers market, the artists, the locals, the tourists, the park, the protests, the city-sponsored events, all make Union Square one of the most genuine and dynamic places in the world. It's the center of our city. It is the center of our city right now. I really believe that. And I've read these proposed park rules, and they make me depressed. You know, it's like you're going to squash the art scene in Union Square. You know, and that's a big part of the whole vibe. And I think allowing 18 artists is a complete joke. You know, perhaps even worse is that the new rules will destroy this very beautiful phenomenon that's taken hold in Union Square. All with little government interference. This has kind of happened on its own. You know, just a beautiful thing about New York. You know, so I don't know if anyone's mentioned this, but I have a sales tax. I pay sales tax. I just wrote a check for $2,100. I mean, I know that's nothing really compared to what we're talking about, but me personally have given over $40,000 since I've been for the last 10, about $2,000 a year I give to in sales tax, but I make pretty much solely at Union Square. So what? My argument is simply to enforce the laws and regulations that are already on the books. They've been talking about that. You know, this will get rid of the renters who take too much space. I mean, there's rules there that really control it, and they should be enforced more vigorously. And then maybe take that approach first. You know, that I don't think you need these draconian regulations, and they really are draconian. They're huge. Like, it's like sad when you see the actual the map of where the artist set up. It's, you know, it's depressing. It is on the perimeters. It's not in the park. It's like, yeah. So anyway, where else in the country can you see so many artists displaying original artwork all year round? Nowhere. I mean, it's an amazing thing to see. People like every day I get, wow, this is amazing. What's going on here? Like, yeah. Anyway, thanks for listening to me. All right.